All right, we're good to go. So, Cristal, if you just want to go ahead and introduce yourself and then get the ball rolling.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And it's nice to see you ladies like in person as opposed to like social media posts. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is fun. We're all hanging out in the Zoom room. So I'm super excited. I'm not going to go like super in depth with my story because like that's boring, blah. And also, I just feel like you've probably seen it on social media if you do follow me, if we're friends. And yeah, I want to make sure that I give all the time to tips, and I love questions at the end, but normally I talk too much and I run out of time at the end for questions. So I'm going to try to like keep it wrapped up tight. So anyways, Catherine probably told you we're talking about turning connections into, I like to call boss invites. And I'm going to tell you, hopefully, like I'm going to share with you what I'm doing now, which might be a little new. I mean, invites never change. It's something we all have to do to build our businesses, but maybe I'm going to share some new techniques with you that I've been doing recently, and hopefully that will help you. So anyways, I am going to share a little snippet. So before coaching and like when I first started coaching, I was like deathly shy, like didn't want to talk, didn't want any eyes on me, like just so insecure. I had zero confidence, and I felt like I was just like a lost puppy, like beyond just being shy because I didn't know who I was. Like I didn't know what the F I was doing in this life either. And so I totally asked Catherine before I got on here, like if I could swear. So it's like kind of part of my brand. I'm kidding. Anyway, so you can picture like being this like super shy girl, and then coaching gets presented to me. All signs would point to be like, heck no, right? Because like I don't try new things. I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't want any eyeballs looking at me. Like that's just not me. But for whatever reason, the first time in my life, I was like, like I just have to go for this. I just have to try something new. I just have to step up and stop playing so small. And I don't know if any of you ladies can relate, but like I just felt like it was not an accident of why coaching fell into my life. Like I feel like people and opportunities come into our life for a bigger reason, and there's a bigger purpose beyond it. So I just dove right in. But as you can imagine, being super shy and insecure and had zero confidence, you'd probably think that like inviting wasn't really my bag. And it wasn't in the beginning. In fact, I didn't do it in the beginning. So I actually hit the ground running with my business, but without inviting. And no, that's not a tip tonight. You still have to invite. But like, you know how we all create our contact list, like our list of 100 when we're new coaches. So I did that. And then I made a separate list of people that I would invite to my first challenge group that I absolutely knew that they would say yes. So I was like so afraid of rejection that I was only going to invite these people that I knew would say yes. Like, talk about not a recipe for long-term success, right? Like that doesn't last a long time. So I filled my first challenge group. Like I hit Success Club that first month. I went Emerald, but it was going the easy way out, and taking the easy route is never what we should do in life when you want to like accomplish amazing things and you want to make it worth it, right? So that kind of brings me into like my first tip. And some of you might roll your eyes and be like, oh my God, I've heard this so many times. Because I get it. Like I had heard it so many times until I finally put it into action. I don't know if that happens to anyone else or if that's just me, where I'm like, oh, 10th time of hearing something. I get it now. So the first tip is really to stop getting in your own way. Sound familiar? I'm sure you've heard it. But basically it's stop letting your ego win. And I find this happens quite a bit with invites because coaches are scared of rejection. I mean, that's a natural thing to be worried about, right? I mean, no one wants to be just like yelled no at, not that anyone yells at us. But when you let your ego win because you're scared of rejection, that's you getting in your own way. So your ego wins when you're worried about like what people are going to think of you, or you're worried about getting hurt feelings, or you're worried about hearing a no, anything like that, you're letting your ego win. And so your ego is very, very fear-based. I don't know if any of you have done any of like Gabrielle Bernstein's books or do any of her online classes or anything like that, or maybe you just follow her on social media, but whoa, your room is like so awesome.
I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, I don't know if people can see that.
disco.
Yeah, I was like, you have like a rave going on?
Yeah, it's actually not happening at my house.
Sorry, I'm like easily distracted. Anyways, okay, so when you let your ego win, that's fear-based, right? And so what you want to do is turn that fear into be love-based. And that's what we do as coaches. We basically spread love. Like, we are just here to share opportunities with people. We have solutions, whether that's health and fitness or the coaching opportunity. So it's not our job to decide if a challenge group or coaching is right for them. We're just here to share it, right? Like a waitress pouring coffee. Like, our job is just to share it openly and not worry about what people are going to think, because it's not up to us to decide it. We do people a disservice when we don't share the solutions that we have in our pocket, right? So another thing I want to say about that, just because it's from my own experience, you know, like it takes me a while to put things into action, is if you need to gut check yourself on this one and just be like, okay, am I really like openly sharing all the solutions that I do have? Or am I sometimes deciding for people, like, if they should join a challenge or if they should check out coaching or something like that? Sometimes you have to have like a real conversation with yourself. At least I do, just to make sure I'm still on track and I'm still like doing what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm not letting my ego win. I'm going to have a sip of water real quick, which is like super awkward.
You're good.
Okay. Okay. Tip number 2, these are prerequisites to having bomb connections with people. Number 1, you have to be posting like a boss every single day. So obviously 3 to 5 times a day. It needs to be in line with your brand. It needs to be speaking to who your audience is. So hopefully you guys know who your niche is. And I mean, your niche is really just who you used to be. It's like asking yourself questions like, on the National Wake Up Call, who listened to the call this week? She had awesome questions for this. Like, what did the old me need to hear today? Like, what struggles have I gone through that the old me needed to hear? So just making sure that you're speaking to that person every single day on your social media will help, because you can't do one or the other. What's that book where it's like, it's never either or, it's always and? I don't know who said that. Maybe I made it up. I want to say it's like the 10X guy, Grant Cardone. But anyways, it's never either or, it's always and. So you can't just post on social media and expect people to come running to you, but at the same time, you can't just do the behind the scenes of work and not show up on your storefront social media and expect it all to work. Like, you have to do both. So that's prerequisite number 1. Number 2 is you must be sharing and acting like the authentic you all the time. So sometimes, I'm speaking from experience again, you guys get to hear like all my flaws and what I went through. Sometimes like we can show up on social media as like the person we truly want to be, but then behind the scenes when we're talking to people, like, that's not us. Like, I don't know where the misconnection happens, but sometimes it's just not authentic behind the scenes as it is in the front. So just make sure that like you're always being your authentic you. So for me, like, being the shy person I used to be, sometimes I can revert back to those old shy tendencies, like, without even realizing it. So when I sit down to do my power hour, like, I make sure that I am in such a high vibe state that like my true personality is literally jumping out of me. So like, how do I do this? I make sure that like I always do my power hours literally immediately after my workout. Like, I don't even shower. Like, I just hop in and do my power hour because I'm just like in such a high vibe confident state because of my workouts that I just like roll into my power hour. I keep my workout music like blasting, so I'm like dancing and doing my power hours, like I'm having fun with it. Like, I'm just thinking of it as like me and my girlfriends just chatting over a glass of bubbly, because that's how your power hour should feel. It should be fucking fun. Like, if you're not having fun with your business, something needs to change, because that's what this is all about. Like, you're your own boss. You're not working for someone else, so make sure it's fun. And so for me, that also means like I have all these crazy crystals sitting around my power hour area. Means I have like little sayings like I can, I will. Like, I have a unicorn head up there. I'm not going to get it down. But just making sure like your environment allows your personality to just like jump out of you so that people are talking to the real you all the time. And then they're going to love you even more. You know what I mean? Because like your people are out there and they want to work with you. They don't want to work with me. They don't want to work with Bonnie Engel. They don't want to work with Amy Silverman. Like, they want to work with you. So make sure that you're always being the true you. I just went off on a tangent, I feel like. I didn't even take a breath. I was like, okay. So those are the two prerequisites to having like awesome relationships with your people. Number 3, I just had to throw this in here, but if you're not using audio messages for your power hour, you should totally start, because it just allows, like, when people hear your voice, it's just like instant connection, and they're like, holy cow, like, this chick is so awesome. Like, she talks the way like her social media posts are. Like, she's just as cool talking as she is on her photos. Like, don't worry, they're all gonna think that, like, and that's just gonna deepen the relationship. So anyways, I had to throw that in there. Plus, if you do audios, your power hour can be done in like 20 minutes, I swear. Especially if you take Energize. So I'm just kidding. I swear coaches do that. Like, whenever I see like top coaches and I'm like, how do they get everything done? I'm pretty sure they live off Energize. Like, just a little side tip, I think. Okay. Tip number 4. Okay, so this is like the meat of the call. Like, the other stuff is just like totally just foreplay. So tip number 4. So making your invites actually happen, right? Okay, before we jump in, you got to remember, you're not scared, right? You're totally not scared. You're super confident. You're killing it because your personality is coming out. You're in your zone, right? You got music going on, whether that's Beyonce or gangster rap, whatever your music is, I don't care. Just get it playing. And you're here to help people. So just always keep that focus. You're not deciding for them. You're just pouring the coffee. Okay, so now that you're in that mindset, we're going to start inviting. So I've got some little like numbers under number 4. So 1, always be aware of what people are saying and truly listen. For a long time, I thought I was listening to people, and I wasn't. So there are so many people that I probably missed out on inviting them because I just truly wasn't listening, or I wasn't connecting like how I could help them, right? So I personally feel like we have an opportunity to help everyone, whether that's like getting them in a challenge group, inviting them to coaching, inviting them to a free challenge. Maybe it's like setting them up for the free bod, but even things beyond that, like maybe you have a free group on Facebook that's not even like setting them up with bod. You just have a free group on Facebook. Add them to that. Or if it's not even something like that, maybe you have like a personal development book recommendation. Or maybe you can point them to like an inspiring YouTube video. Like, I honestly feel like we can help anyone with anything. Like, because that's what we do as coaches. Like, we're here to better ourselves and then share the stuff we learn with other people. So I always try to leave conversations better than how they started. Another thing is that every conversation I have turns into an invite. Every single one. They didn't used to, but I finally learned, like, things finally clicked, and I was like, well, duh, like, if we're chatting it up and we're doing all this foreplay, I don't know why that's my word tonight. Like, you're not actually getting to it if you don't invite them. Like, the point is to invite them and help them to, like, with something, right? So every single conversation I have becomes an invite, except there's one exception. They're not my people. If they're not my tribe. And how do you know if they're not your tribe? Well, you're not going to click. So I'll give you an example of me. So if I'm talking to someone and I'm just like, hey girl, like a million cartwheel emojis, like a million. And she comes back just like, hi, period. I'm like, what? So then I'll like try it again. I'm like, oh my God, like, how was your weekend? Like, we went hiking, yada, yada, yada. I hope you had a great weekend. Like, what'd you do? Oh my God, your dog's so cute. And she just comes back like, nothing. I'm just like, girl, you ain't my tribe. Like, this is like pulling teeth if I invite you to something. So that's the one exception where, like, if you're talking to someone, it's not going to turn into an invite if they're not your tribe. Because honestly, like, do you want to take this thing to the top with someone that you don't even vibe with? You know what I mean? So be okay with sometimes, if that's the situation, be okay with not like forcing it into an invite. Because I've been there too, where like I've had people on my team where I'm like, we just don't, girl. Like, we don't. I'm sorry. And that's hard because like when you're trying to have one-on-one calls with people, And it's like nothing. It's like you're doing 90% of the work and they're just like sitting there. It's hard. So anyways, that was just like my example of like who's my tribe, but like you'll figure it out when you're talking with people. But besides that, every conversation needs to become an invite, okay? I don't know if this is where I talk about this or not. Well, let's talk about it now. So sometimes coaches will say to me, yeah, but Cristal, like they haven't brought up fitness yet, or like we haven't gone on the subject where it would be comfortable or make sense to invite them to coaching. And I'm like, dude, you control the conversation. Like, why are you sitting there being passive, like in the corner? You control the conversation. So like, if you want to talk about fitness or you want to talk about coaching, just bring it up. Oh yes, this is totally where I talk about it. Okay. Which brings me to the next little sub tip. Is that what it would be called? I don't know.
Sure.
They're called mind Fs. No.
I don't think there are any children on the call, so you're fine.
Okay. So you're basically just going to fuck with them. Okay. All right. So this is what happens. Like, you're doing your power hour, right? And you're killing it. And hopefully if you're killing your power hour and you're staying on track, you're not actually replying to the people that are already replying to you. So you're just like flowing through your power hour and people might be responding to you, but you're just like such a badass and you're just like so in your zone with your music and your dancing and stuff that like you're not even paying attention to those replies. You're just getting done your power hour, right? Hopefully. So then the next day, you have all those people you have to reply to, okay? So this is what you do. If you want to talk about coaching or a challenge group, I'll give you both. I'll give you an example of both. If you want to talk about a challenge group with someone, you say, hey girl, oh my God, like I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday. I was just so flippin' busy making these new meal plans for my girls in my boot camp. We like just started Monday and they've already lost 3 pounds. Isn't that crazy? How are you? What do you think they're going to say? Meal plans, what? Challenge group, what? Totally just mind effed them. Like, they're going to be like, what do you mean? Okay? If you want to do it about coaching, just say like, hey girl, I'm so freaking sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday. Oh my gosh, like I was so crazy busy making these trainings for my coaches. Oh, it's going to be amazing what's happening within our tribe. How are you? They're going to be like, what? What tribe? Like, what are you talking about? Can I join? And you're going to be like, hey, let me just pop you in this sneak peek real quick to see if it's something for you, okay? Like, you just did a coach invite. Look at that. It was so easy. Oh my God. You guys are awesome. Okay. Okay. My last tip there. Sometimes it can happen where you just like really, really want to invite someone to something, but you don't know why. Or is that just me? I don't know. Like they haven't said any reason to invite them to like coaching. Like they aren't in health, or you don't know if they're in health and fitness. They haven't told you like they need financial help. They haven't said they want to be their own boss. Like they haven't said anything where you're like, aha, I have the solution, right? But sometimes you're just like pulled to a person. You're like, dang, that would be awesome if they were on my tribe. So I just want to say, if you ever feel like that with someone, but you don't really know why you want to invite them, just do it anyway. Like my business totally changed when I learned that like I should just say what I want to say. Like I should stop holding back. And that's when my conversations became more authentic, when I started just being like, oh my God, like I don't even know why, but like I totally want you on my team. You should totally check out the sneak peek we're having. Can I add you? Like it just became so much more fun and it just became easier because I was like, why would I hold back anyway? I'm just going to tell this person that I think they're amazing. So that was my little, oh wait, do you have another one here? Oh, cold invites. These are the best. So I don't ever like come out and invite people first message. I know there are some examples of that, like in GoPro, but that's like not really my style. I don't know if Sarah Robbins has it. That's her name, right? Rock Your Network Marketing Biz. Is that her name? I think it's Sarah Robbins. I don't know.
Yes.
Hot chick. Anyways, I feel like she has some cold invites like that too, where you're just like sending out a script first message. I don't really do that. However,
that's not my jam.
Yeah, it's not really my jam. But I will say I will set it up to invite them the second message, which the old me would have been like, oh, that's way too soon. What about form? What about form? Oh my God. Forget about form. Anyways, but now I'm okay with it because I'm just like, once again, I met this girl who's rad as fuck. Like, I'm just going to invite her, right? So I'm not going to dilly-dally and beat around the bush. Like, I'm just going to set it up where I can invite her. So I do this mostly on Instagram. You can do it on Facebook too. But an easy way to do it is like you find someone on Instagram and you're going through their page and you're like loving their stuff and you comment on 2 of their photos and then you send them a message and you're like, well, you gotta follow them too. And then you send them a message and you're like, hey girl, oh my God, like I totally just creeped on you for like 5 minutes straight and I just love all of your posts and what you're about. It's so awesome you're on your health and fitness journey. Are you a coach too? And then they're gonna be like, coaching? No. What? Yeah, I'm on my health and fitness journey. And you're going to be like, oh my God, let me pop you on this sneak peek real quick to see if it's something for you. Another coach invite. Look at how many coach invites you guys just did. Oh my God. Awesome. Okay. Whew. Dude, I'm already on my last tip. What time is it?
You're doing good. 9:24.
Okay.
Now time for questions.
We're going to have time for questions. Yes. Okay. My last tip is, all it says on my paper is Instagram stories. Do you guys use Instagram stories? Tell me, please.
I need to be better.
Oh my God.
Like
Instagram
super hit or
stories.
miss. I know.
Tonight, draw a line in the sand. Because any day you can draw a line in the sand. And you can commit. So Instagram stories changed my business. Plus, it made it more fun. Like I fill challenge groups with just Instagram stories. Like I can't remember the last time I posted about a challenge group in an actual post. Like I just fill it with stories. And I'm not saying that's going to happen right off the bat to everyone, but I've been super consistent. Consistent with my stories like since it started, and they're intentional. So I see some people on Instagram stories, even some top coaches where I'm like, this is so boring. I can't believe there's another story about your dog. Amy Silverman. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. But there are some people I feel like aren't intentional with it. Like I'm super intentional and I have like a recipe for it. So every day I take my people through my miracle morning. So either I wake up and I'm like, take a photo of me and I'm like, oh, I just oil pulled. I just did my meditating. I just did my personal development, yada, yada. Or maybe I take a photo of my personal development book and I share a quote. Or maybe I take a photo of like the card I pull with my miracle morning or something like that. I somehow show them part of my miracle morning. Then we go into my workout. They see at least 2 to 3 clips of my workout. And sometimes I'll tell them a little bit about my morning. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just say like, do a boomerang. And I'm like, 25 minutes, got it done. Everyone's got 25 minutes. Okay. And then I invite them to a challenge group. So actually today I invited them to coaching, but normally I invite them to a challenge group. So like perfect recipe. You showed them your workouts. You showed them you work at home. You maybe told them it was only 25 minutes. Ain't got time? Oh, yeah, right. Okay. 25 minutes, you got time. Okay. And then you're going to invite them to your challenge group and you're going to share like a little snippet about it. Like just, hey, like, and you're going to make it sound fun. You're going to make it sound like they're already a part of it. Like, oh my God, the group of girls that are already doing my challenge group and we're committed in my Fit as Fuck Club, that's what mine's called right now. Like we're already killing it. I can't believe you're not in it yet, girl. I just opened up 3 more spots. Swipe up to join. Like something like that. Sometimes I explain it more where I'm like, you're going to get recipes, you're going to get self-love tips, you're going to get yada yada, meal plan. Talk it up. Whatever makes your challenge groups unique, talk it up. And then you'll want people will be wanting to join you. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not like people are going to run to you like I talked about. It's like you have to do the total package. It's not the social media. Like you have to do it all. But with consistency with stories, like you guys know that you can see who watches your stories, right? So when you're consistent and more people start to watch them and you spend time, on Instagram, hopefully you all use Instagram. I didn't ask. Hopefully you're using it. So you'll start to see who's consistently watching your stories. And then you're going to message them and you're going to be like, hey girl, oh my God, thank you for like all the love. Like you're watching all my stories. I just gotta ask, are you interested in what I do? Like health, fitness, or business like I did? And then you share like one sentence like, I used to work 12-hour days and have to take my work home and never get paid for it. And now I'm like my own boss because of this. Let me just pop you in the sneak peek real quick. Is that cool? You can check it out and see if it's for you. Look at that, another invite. Look at that. Look at you go. That's the end of my tips.
That was good. That was really good.
Thanks. It's also super dark. I'm going to turn a light on real quick. Is that better? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Now I get this glare. That's okay.
So I have a question. I'm struggling with a few. There are a few people that I know would be like a perfect fit, and they never check their messenger, ever. How do you like start connections with those people? Do you start commenting on their stuff, or they're like people I don't have their cell phone number?
Okay, that was my next question. Yeah, comment on their stuff like all the time.
Just like nonstop. I know. Yeah. I feel like I'm being annoying, and then they just like literally never check their messenger, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah. I would just keep commenting, and I wouldn't worry about being annoying because like this is your life.
True.
Like don't let them hold you back from accomplishing your goals, you know?
Do you feel like, because I feel like people don't check Messenger on Instagram as much as they do on Facebook.
Well, I used to not check it until stories.
Yeah.
So I always think about like my human nature. So I never used to check it, but now that it's kind of like a part of stories because you can swipe up and message the person, I feel like other people are starting to check it more.
Yeah.
I haven't had an issue.
Okay. Maybe it's just the people who I follow.
I mean, are you connecting with your people, like your tribe?
Yeah, it's just like, it's not everyone. It's just like there are a handful of people that I literally know would be like perfect coaches, and they like just don't check their messenger. So I'm like trying to figure out how to go about doing that. But
yeah, they don't have their email on their Facebook, do they? That would be so creepy. But you can do
total stalker.
Yeah. Or like some people like still have their phone number on Facebook. You can just call them up. I'm just kidding. That might be a little too far.
They'd be like, "Oh my God, who is this?"
Yeah. I mean, I would just say keep commenting on their stuff. I would. Yeah. I would just keep like showing them all the love, and then if they never get back to you, or like if you're commenting on their stuff and they actually start interacting with you, one day just be like, "Hey, girl, I sent you a message."
Yeah. And then see if they check.
Yeah. I've done that before where I've just commented on a photo where it's like, hey, oh my gosh, this is so cute or whatever. Like, oh, by the way, I sent you a message. Check it out. Like, say something else so it's not just like, sent you a message.
Yeah, like, check it. What do you
and then usually they figure it out whether they normally check it or not. I don't know. But usually I'll get something back then.
Yeah.
Some people just, I don't think, know that it exists still because I didn't. Yeah. It existed for a long time. Someone said message on Instagram and I was like, what now?
I know. I like didn't know how to find it at first. I was like, I don't know where it is.
How does it work?
That's funny.
I'm going to ask you, like, so I know that there's like the ability like where you can swipe up on Instagram and send someone a message, but then like some people, like you can swipe up and it goes to like their website, or like you can link a site to it, but you have to have like an authenticated account or something. Like I was trying to figure out like how to get that, because it would be nice to like, as I'm going to work on developing a website, to send people there where all of the links go to me, all of that. So do you have one of those accounts where you can do that?
Is it just the business account or no?
Well, I was reading about it because like on, for example, like Joel and Jericho, Joel posted something like swipe up to see the video, and you swipe and then it popped up like a whole new website. It wasn't just a message or whatever. And there's a link function, but I don't have it on mine, and I have the business profile. And so I looked it up and it said you had to be like authentic or authenticated or something. I don't know what that means.
I do have the link button. I don't know. Maybe it's a certain amount of followers? I don't know.
I don't have any idea. I was trying to figure it out so that I could do that, but
I mean, if I'm being honest, like I've never used it. I'm super old school. Like, like I'm just like, oh, just message me. Like I'm not that coach who's like got these forms for people to fill out or whatever.
Yeah. I'm just curious, like maybe it is like a number of followers or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe keep searching Google. Or type it in Janelle's Facebook group, maybe.
Okay. I might do that. Let's see.
More people, they might have an answer.
I'll just call Shalene. She'll know, right? Like just probably. I'll write it in a message on her story.
Yeah.
I'll write the link.
She'd probably read it. Like she's super good about that, or her team is. She's not sitting there. Any other questions?
I was watching that, was it Haley Christian that did the talk at the IM? I watched her video on it, which is kind of similar to what you were saying too. And she talked a little bit about, what was I going to say? Like you said, kind of the cold invites, because that's where I feel like I get stuck is like either getting the conversation to go there or getting them to like trust me almost. Like I've kind of, like you said, after a period of time, you get to where you're like, you just figure out how to channel the energy to be helpful. And like, you just decide, I'm going to help people and I'm going to commit to this. And I'm just going to be me and say, hey, look, like you need to do this. When they say, I don't have time, you're not like, okay, bye, have a good day. You know, you're like, no, you do have time. Like it's only 25 minutes, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, getting into that mode. And I feel like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I guess, with like cold invites, because I feel like I'm doing the same thing. Like I get to know them and I'm like, oh my gosh, like your profile, blah, blah, blah. Like I try to get to know them a little bit and then chat them up and stuff. And like they'll get to the point where they're like, yeah, I'm really interested. Definitely send me the link. And I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely. Here you go. And then it's like crickets. And I follow up with them and I'm like, hey, do you have a chance to check that out? You know, do you have any questions? What can I do to, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, never mind. So I don't know, like, I don't feel like I'm jumping the gun and I don't feel like I'm beating around the bush either. Like I'm just talking to them.
Do you think they have like a price objection and they're just not saying it?
I think sometimes, like, because today I followed up with 2 girls that I've been talking to quite a bit, and the one was like, oh, it's just not my budget right now. So I was like, okay, like, appreciate you getting back to me. You know, I talked to her a little bit about the different options of, you know, if it's too much to do this right now, there's this, you know, I kind of like broke some other things down. But sometimes I feel like they just disappear or they get nervous. Like, I don't know. Because I'm trying to put myself in their shoes and like people contact me that I don't know. I'm like, well, is this legit? Like, I am going to go to that website and see, like, is this a legit, like, website program? What is it? You know?
Yeah. Do you have them pin down their why first before sending it?
Yeah, like I started having them, like, I'll be like, hey, tell me a little bit more about you. Like, I saw you're really interested, blah, blah, blah. Like, are you into fitness too? Like, I noticed you're liking a lot of my posts. Thanks. It's awesome. Are you into fitness too? And if they're like, no, but I want to, I'm like, oh man, well, like, what would your reasons be? You know, like, what's your goals? Why do you want to do that? And like, so I'm really shifting towards that. I wasn't doing that before. Mm-hmm. So I'm having better conversations, but I feel like they're still not leading to challenge groups. I need to be better about starting the coaching conversations with Cold Market too. But so far it's mostly been more just inviting for challenge groups.
Yeah. So do you send them the challenge video in our online office?
I have not done that.
There's nothing wrong with that one, but I made like my own challenge video explaining it, which might be helpful for the people that you're inviting so they see you talking about it. And I just say, like, it's a small group of us women who like get together and work on our goals. I'm going to explain what a challenge group is: daily support, accountability. And then I speak it in my own language. Like, it's tons of fun. We're going to do this together. You might consider like making your own video about it and sending it over.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
probably more personal too. So when you follow up with them later, if they still do say no, like they have a deeper connection with you anyway because they heard you explain it.
Right. Yeah, I feel like sometimes when it's just words, like even though there's a profile attached to that, like it's not very human.